Call the meeting to order. Rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get into the meeting, I wanted to share some words, and then if we could just have a quick moment of silence. We were deeply saddened last week to hear about the passing of Oliver Ball Reed, a student at Hebron Middle School. Our thoughts and sympathies go to Oliver's family and friends and the BMX community. May Oliver forever ride in paradise. Thank you. Okay. Get into roll call. Mrs. Lavalette.
Mr. Franzman.
Here.
Mr. Nelson is not present. Mr. Mahalik.
Here.
Mr. Buchanan.
Here.
Mrs. Felton. Here. Also present is our superintendent, Dr. Brooks.
All right. Are there any comments for the agenda, Mrs.?
There are none.
There are none. Okay. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? Just what you sent us earlier? Okay. Consent agenda. Is there a motion to accept the consent agenda?
I will make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Dr. Brooks?
New business, resolution 26-01, the annual 2025 appropriation transfer within our education fund. These are just some accounts that we need to shore up within our education fund. It's transferring money within the same fund to shore those accounts up for 2025.
I'm going to read this out loud. Okay, 2025 appropriation transfer education fund. Resolution 26-01, whereas there is excess in funds in the following appropriations in the education fund as of December 31st, 2025. 11,050 kindergarten, 11,100 elementary, 11,200 middle school, 11,300 high school, 11,400 business, 14,300 high school summer school, 17,400 special ed co-op, 21,200 guidance services, 22,100 professional development, 22,210 library services, 24,100 principal administration. And whereas there are insufficient funds in the following appropriations in the education fund as of December 31st, 2025, 11,590 vocational, 12,220 special ed, 12,800 special ed, 17,300 career and tech, 17,500 interlocal, 21,800 special ed administration, 22,300 instruction related technology, 33,400 athletic coaches. Therefore, be it resolved to transfer as follows in the education fund. Decreases of $888,366.13 and increases of the same amount. Is there a motion to accept this resolution?
Motion for the resolution number 2601, appropriation transfer education fund.
I will second that motion.
Is there any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you for that. And I'm sure Bev will be moving the money. Next up is our annual list of outstanding and unpaid checks. There's a list, was in the board packet, of about 5 unpaid checks. These have been out there for 2 or more years, and we've tried to contact these people. Luck in some cases, or some of them have just been lost and we sent a replacement.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to um, accept the annual list of outstanding and unpaid checks.
Make a motion.
A second.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Motion passes.
Next, item of new business is a donation, and this donation, is for the Ball Reed family, the family of Oliver, who, just recently passed away in a BMX accident. On, the volleyball game, middle school volleyball game on February 5th, they drew quite a crowd and organically kind of turned into a kind of a celebration for Oliver. And so the athletic department would like to donate the proceeds from that game because Oliver's brother plays on the middle school volleyball team. And so that donation would be for the $628 from that eighth grade middle school boys volleyball game that night. So
I will entertain a motion to accept the donation on behalf of the athletic department to the Ball Reed family.
Make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
thank you. Last item of new business is our preschool program, the schedule and cost. Our schedule has changed slightly. We had been offering a full 5-day program. We're kind of going back to the old model in our first year where we had a 3-day full day, a 3-day half day, and then a program for our 3s and 4s that are Tuesday, Thursday. And this is the first year that we're actually increasing, or that we would like to increase prices as you know salaries have gone up and such over these few years. So there's a recommendation in the board packet for the program for the preschool for 26 and 27. This still does include an employee discount as well. And there might be a family or two who might have twins or siblings that are in the program that we would be able to offer some sort of discount to. But those will come down the road as we work with families to try to get their child in our preschool.
Okay.
I'd like to thank Mr. Preikel and preschool team for putting this together.
Thank you, Mr. Preitel. All right, I'll entertain a motion for the 2026-27 preschool program schedule and costs.
Motion to accept the preschool program schedule and cost for 627.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Is that all?
That's all from the agenda to administrate.
The loan administrator, please make your comments.
Competition to go first.
Yeah.
Last week was National School Counselor Week. I'd like to join Mr. Beam in thanking Mrs. Timmy Lynn Hunselman for all she does for both the elementary and middle school, as well as want to recognize Brittany Fonte on behalf of Ms. Kagi for all she does for the high school. We are very thankful for our counselors here in Hebron. They do quite a lot for us. We got Valentine's Day parties coming up for kindergarten through 3rd grade on Thursday. And then the PTO is generously doing an activity for 4th and 5th grade. Valentine's for 4th and 5th graders gets a little dicey at that age. So we're going to do an alternate activity for them with a ice cream bar that the PTO has set up. As Dr. Brooks mentioned, Little Hawks, we've changed our structure a little bit and we're already reaping the rewards. Our 4-5 program for next year is full. We were able to limit the number of half-day registrants and really maximize our time with our preschool staff on the full-day students. So we're full for 4s and 5s, and we're filling it quite quickly for 3s and 4s. And our afternoon is actually looking pretty good for 3s and 4s, which when we offered that last year, our afternoon did not look so great. So hopefully going back to the way that it was done in previous years, we see some success and build some momentum with that program. We do have a waiting list, but there's a few things in the works that we hopefully can get all the kids that want to be in preschool in some way. Dr. Brooks and I have been attending recently over the course of the year the Porter County Community Foundation and their First Things First Birth to School Alliance that is focusing on reaching the communities of Porter County in the birth to age 3, which at the point the public school would pick up responsibility for kids at age 3, any kids who would need support prior to being school age at age 5. It's really focusing on putting some grant money from the Lilly Foundation into the county and finding ways to reach these families, which are very difficult to reach. So we have joined the Alliance and been given the opportunity to receive up to $60,000 in funding to support reaching birth to 3 children in the community of Hebron. The foundation would also like to work with us for some potential additional funding, turn Hebron into a Talking is Teaching community. Talking is Teaching is sort of a national initiative that seeks to help parents and communities understand the importance of talking to kids. With the prevalence of cell phones and screens and the ability to distract young children without having conversations with them, we're really sort of doing them a disservice in getting them the language that they need to be ready for kindergarten and ready for life. So Talking is Teaching is a national campaign. A good partner with the First Things First Porter County is Associated Pediatrics up in Valpo. They're a big proponent of the Talking is Teaching. They've already started working with the 2 Ace Hardwares down here, both in Hebron and in Couts, and trying to get them on board with the Talking is Teaching. And so that led to the idea, well, Hebron would be a good community based on our compact nature and the number of businesses we have to try to turn the whole town into a Talking is Teaching town. So there's still more conversations to be had about that and how we could help implement it. One example, there's a restaurant up in Chesterton that replaced all of their placemats with Talking is Teaching placemats that has conversation starters and activities for families to do when they sit down eat at the restaurant, so that it's not just here's a phone, but really turning that opportunity into a learning opportunity for the kids. So that's all very exciting, and the money will be implemented over the course of the 26-27 school year. Kindergarten Roundup is coming up on February 27th, and then Grandparents' Day, which will hopefully be much less eventful than last year, is March 19th.
Thank you.
I told you, Ella.
Yeah.
I have comments from Ms. Keggy. She left some comments here. Last week, as Mr. Preikel talked, was National Counseling Week, and they recognized at the high school Brittany Fonte each day with a variety of small tokens of appreciation for everything she does for students. She wanted to welcome Shanna Cawley to the team as the new high school guidance secretary registrar. She was hired tonight in the consent agenda, and she's kind of hit the ground running in the guidance office there. 4 students were recognized in the month of January for Hawks Pride. And if you follow the Facebook page, you might see some of those students when they are doing some things that others might not see otherwise. So Monday, February 16th, which is President's Day, Jesse Hernandez with Region Basketball Club is hosting an open gym benefit for Oliver Ball Reed. We're thankful for Jesse for his willingness to do this for the family. All of the money that is raised during that open gym will go to the Ball Reed family. And I think the varsity basketball team will also be there, along with some other older students that go to Region Basketball Club to help out. I know I'll be there, and several other adults will be there as well. That's, I think, from noon to 2 in the elementary and middle school gym on Monday. And then on Saturday, February 21st, the Zach Mago Foundation is hosting a cardiac screening event for children ages 10 through 25 in the elementary school gym from 8 to noon. The cost per person screened is $25. However, this event will be canceled without a minimum of 30 people registered. So there's a registration link out there. I think it might be on Parent Square, or it was sent out. So I'd have to verify that, but that's coming up. Next, my comments.
Yeah.
Last Monday, not yesterday, Monday prior, obviously was a very difficult day. Probably one of the most difficult days I've had as in education. But I don't know if we would have been able to get through the day without the help of the people from First Church, Heartland Church, Porter Stark, and our school counselors. The entire week was a difficult week, and we had to lean on quite a few people. That Sunday, I had some conversations with some friends of mine who are also in education and at larger schools. And they've got a lot of counselors that they can lean on. At Hebron, we have 2. And so be able to lean on our faith leaders here in the community and, also the people at Porter Stark that have just done a phenomenal job with our students over the years. It just helped our school counselors be able to deal with the many problems that occurred on Monday and throughout the week. But, our kids got through that. I think we still have a long road to go with some of our students. And, our teachers did an amazing job with our kids that day. And you don't sometimes think about the adults and how it affects them as well. So, but it's great to know that we have a caring community and people that you can call on, and they're there at 7 a.m. the next day when you know that we're going to have some grieving people. So thank you. Anything that you want to share from your end in the elementary?
No, it was just nice to have the support. I think down here it was a lot of teachers, dealing with their emotions through it, and they did a great job. And a few younger siblings who might have had siblings in Oliver's class, but it was just great support from the community, great support from Porter Stark as well. And it's one of the benefits of being even just that tight-knit family community all around.
Next on my agenda is to talk a little bit here about our Athletic Hall of Fame that happened on January 16th. If you were not there, it was kind of like a reunion of sorts for people that grew up here in Hebron and knew some of the folks that were out on the floor. I was a part of the planning of that, but it was such an enjoyable night to be able to kind of have conversations with the Hall of Famers. And one conversation that came up that I happened to run into was Bill Smock talking with Chad Patrick about why Bill never made it in baseball. And, his story is just like a lot of people in the late 60s. He was a great athlete, but because he got a draft number that was high, nobody wanted him because they knew he was going to war. And so, it was just conversations like that with some of them that it was, I enjoyed the night thoroughly with our Hall of Famers. And so that's going to be an every year event that will be inducting some new people each year. And it was a great night, fun night to be a Hebron Hawk. We've got our winter ball coming up February 28th here at the elementary with our education foundation. Very excited to have that. happen again. It's a pretty big fundraiser for our education foundation. And then finally, a field house update. Chad and I sat in on a meeting with Verigy last week, and groundbreaking is set to be towards the end of March. We're planning on a groundbreaking ceremony, and we still have the date that we have to figure out. But the groundbreaking will truly happen over spring break, as long as the weather is fine, and they're able to break ground. So that's exciting to know, but it's also going to get really messy out there, and there will be some traffic hiccups here and there that we'll have to deal with, but we've tried to plan for that as much as possible. Looking forward to having that project start that we've talked about now for 3 years. So that's all I have.
All right. Was there any public comments? Mrs. Witt, you have anything?
Can I say something? Thank you, Mr. Francis, and Mrs. Walton, for attending our, on that Monday morning, that meeting, for elementary teachers. We appreciate your presence and just being part of the community in that way as well. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. All right. Is there any board comments?
I was gonna say the same to Ms. Witt, say thank you, you know, you and Jenna for representing us, and we appreciate it, taking time out of your day, and you know, just appreciate you guys being there for them, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy to be.
Yep.
I as well was gonna say that. I promise I'm not just jumping on the back. Thank you guys. We all wanted to be here, and I know you guys spoke up that you were gonna be here, and I couldn't obviously, but kind of reaffirms, you know, my thoughts and like my heart, why we're all here, you know, as, you know, for the community. And thank you for bringing reinforcements with you, Jenna, which kind of reaffirms, you know, why I belong to this church with you. And I was lucky enough to dip into the volleyball game. I was at the girls' basketball game with my nieces, and we ran upstairs to, and I'm really fighting back tears. Got to see Oliver's brother, you know, play, and everybody just went wild. So, but it was just seeing the community come together like that. So sorry, guys, but thank you guys for representing us and what you guys did. So,
All right. Anything else? All right. With that, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Helen, do we have to sign?